Hello, everyone. I'm here. Here I am. Oh my gosh. You know what? You know what happened? I screwed up and I forgot to pull out my cards, my oracle cards. So I wanted to do that before we began tonight. So hello everybody. Welcome in. My name is Lauri Albert and I am a spiritual medium in case you don't know me. And I am super excited to be here tonight. We are going to have some fun because first, what we're going to do is I'm going to talk for just a few minutes because all week this week in the spirit room on Patreon, our theme this week has been gratitude. And if you know me at all, if you know me at all, you know how much I love talking about gratitude and how it changed my life, can change anyone's life, right? So I want to talk for just a little bit first, okay? Because what I want to, and this is before we get into our readings, before we get into psychic and the mediumship readings, which I will do, I promise. And hello, Amanda, nice to see you. Thanks for joining. I want to discuss an aspect of gratitude that is a super powerful spiritual tool, okay? And that is a grateful heart, okay? It's a little bit different, like it's a different take on it, right? So when most people hear the word gratitude, they think of making lists, making a list of everything you're grateful for, which is a great thing to do. One of my dear friends, Karen, and I used to, every morning we would email each other just the stuff that we're grateful for. I mean, it was such a beautiful practice, but I believe that gratitude is and can be bigger than that. Okay. Gratitude isn't something that we do. Okay. It is something that we become. Okay. And hello to Bernadette. Nice to see you. We're talking about gratitude tonight. Okay. A grateful heart doesn't necessarily mean that life is perfect. Okay. I know a lot of people think that when you're thinking about gratitude, if you're grateful, like everything has to be perfect. But guess what? It doesn't mean we don't have bad days. Okay. We might have difficult emotions from time to time, or those moments when we question everything, which, come on, let's face it, we've all been there, right? A grateful heart simply means that we've chosen to stay connected to something greater than ourselves, okay? Because here's the truth. Life is always going to have ups and downs, always. Some of the highs are going to be really high. Some of the lows are going to be really low. That's just life. Okay. There will be moments when everything feels amazingly aligned, and it feels like a magical time. But then there's also going to be moments when your soul is growing. Your patience is being tested, like when the Wi-Fi goes out on a really important Zoom call. Seriously? Been there, done that, right? Our spiritual journey includes all of it. Okay. So I want to say that because gratitude is what gratitude can change us when we sit in it moving forward. I hope that makes sense. When we live from a place of gratitude, we stop asking, why is this happening to me? And we start asking, what is it that this situation is teaching me? Okay. We stop looking only for what's missing and we start noticing what is present. Okay. What is present? The love, the support, the opportunities, all the little miracles that show up in our lives every day. And a lot of the time, if you think about it, and we've all been guilty of this, you see a little miracle or something happen and you just kind of blow it off. Oh, isn't that sweet? because life gets in the way, right? But here's what really fascinates me about spirit, okay? Spirit doesn't seem nearly as impressed by the big flashy moments as we are as human beings, okay? Spirit loves the ordinary moments, okay? That unexpected smile from a stranger, the perfect song that magically comes on the radio. You know what I'm talking about. That feeling that a loved one in spirit is close by, or the butterfly that shows up, or the feather. Oh my God, do I have stories and stories and stories about feathers, right? And it just warms your heart. That's where the grateful heart comes in, and those moments remind us that we are never truly alone. And isn't that something to be grateful for? The true power of a grateful heart is that it keeps us open and it keeps us present. Keeps us open to guidance, open to love, open to spirit. And when our hearts are open, that's when the beauty happens. That's when the magic happens. We become more aware and we notice things more and we receive more. Not because suddenly spirit is like communicating, but it's because we are paying attention. So tonight, whether you're here for a psychic or mediumship reading or whatever it is, or you just want to spend some time with good energy around you, I invite you to open your heart just a little bit wider than it is right now. Okay? And notice what's good. Notice what is beautiful. Even in the face of all the junk that happens in our lives every single day. Big junk, small junk. Notice what's already here. Because gratitude is not just a feeling. It's a doorway. And spirit has a wonderful way of meeting us when we walk through that doorway. Okay? So we shall see what unfolds tonight, okay? Because now that we've all discussed it, now that we are in that place of collective gratitude, we can move forward. So, yay. So glad you guys are all here. Okay, so I want to hear what Amanda says. I am grateful for you, for you being part of my spiritual or my awakening journey. I love that. You sparked so much for me and I have come so far. I love hearing that, Amanda. Love hearing that. And thank you for the shout out of that. I appreciate it. But you know what? When the student is ready, the teacher appears. Okay. And I just want to say to you, Amanda, that it's your heart, your open heart, that is what is allowing all of it to come in. So, yeah. So good for you. And Frank, I hope you heard everything we talked about today. Hello. Everything I talked about just now. Talking so much about gratitude being a spiritual tool. So, oh my gosh, I just need so much water today. You guys dealing with that? I don't know what it is, but anyway. All right, so I finally, in those few moments, I pulled out at the beginning when I realized I forgot to get my cards out. I pulled out the 2 decks. I have some amazing news. I have to share this before we start. Denise Lynn, who, it has the Sacred Forest deck and what is the other one? I always forget the other. Sacred Destiny. She has a new deck out. It's called the Mystical Garden. Oh, and mine are supposed to be coming today, but they didn't make it in time for this. So I'm super excited and I can't wait for us all to play with these cards. And, and what I did was I put a special link on my website. My website is laurialbert.com, right? But if you go into special offers, you can look at the cards and, Denise Lynn's new cards and all of her other stuff. And I've got some really fun, spirit stuff on there. You can click on it and get the cards there. So if you're so inclined to get new cards, go for it, kind of thing. So, all right. Good. I'm glad you got on. Hi, June. Nice to see you. Nice to see you. All right. So you know what I want to set the tone, as if talking about gratitude didn't hype me up enough. Right. I'm going to pull a card for tonight's, this afternoon's, whatever you want to call it, our live. Okay. So what is the card going to say? If it says gratitude, I think I'm just going to fall over. Okay. Oh my God. Now I'm nervous. Okay. It's not. That would have been so insane. Don't you guys think? Oh my God. But what I got is the thicket of thorns, and it says uncertainty. And I truly got to say, that I love when I pull this card. I love that she is looking forward, and it's bright down the path. And it's like the little animals and the butterflies are going her way. They're leading her down a path, even though there's thorns. And this is such a great message for all of us. Even though there are thorns in our path, even though that not everything is great in our lives, keep moving forward. And I honestly, I got to say, Frank, I kind of feel like this might be for you a little bit, it's like, even though the uncertainty is there, keep moving forward, keep going into the light, keep going into the light. And that's not just for Frank, that's for all of us, especially in this time of kind of craziness. The energy is weird. And, there's a lot going on. I hate to say it, but we're going to be starting any moment now. Things are going to start getting wonky because, yes, Mercury is going to go retrograde soon. So there we have that. Okay. But we stay positive through that. We stay grateful through that, finding the things that we are grateful for. So there's that. All right. Now let's start. Okay. So Bernadette says, why did my soul choose my earthly family? Oh, that is such, I got to tell you, Bernadette, that is such a great question. They have damaged and hurt me so bad, all the abuse. I don't know what can help me at this point. And you know what, Bernadette, you're such a faithful soul. And I got to tell you, I feel like that I'm so emotional that I feel like that I feel very emotional, and I feel like I just want to, and tell me if anybody else here feels like that they just want to give her a hug, right? Bernadette, maybe, okay, just maybe you are here to teach them. Ooh, I know. I don't know how that makes you feel, but I just feel like that, maybe you're here. Maybe because you're such a beautiful spiritual soul. I know that. I've never met you. In fact, on the screen, I see a picture of you. That's the first time I've ever seen you, and I think I really want to say that maybe you are here to help them see their truth. You're such a spiritual soul, and you're such a gorgeous soul. And just start, going, do that, believe that. Forget the rest of the stuff. Forget the, and I don't mean to say, and I'm not a therapist, obviously, and you should be in therapy, because it sounds like, I'm in therapy. Everybody's in therapy, right? But, they hurt you, they damaged you, and there was abuse and everything, there's something about it that I just feel like that you are a teacher, and maybe it's not for them. Maybe it's for other people. Okay. So I just pulled a card for you, and we'll see what this card says. Oh my God. How perfect is this? Because I wish I had a better way with words that I could tell you how I feel about you in my heart. Because look at this. First of all, look at this. It's a new moon. It looks like a baby coyote. I don't know. To me, it does. Then it says new beginning, intentions, and manifestation. Okay. Keep thinking to yourself that you're beyond all of that. You're beyond the meanness. You're beyond the abuse. You are a beautiful soul. You're a beautiful soul. And spirit knows that. Spirit knows that. Okay. And I really also want to say that every single day, this talks about a new beginning. Okay. And that's the one that I was drawn to with this card for you, Bernadette, is that I feel like that every single day you can choose to begin again, as we all can, I mean, this could be such a great message for every single one of us on here, every single day we have the choice. We can begin again. And it's not going to be easy. Okay. But when we keep thinking that, Bernadette, I know that I'm supposed to say this to you right now. Don't forget that we are spiritual beings having a human experience. Okay. So you're already a spiritual being. I know. Isn't that like amazing? I don't know why, but that just really, I love that because we are all spiritual. And we're just having this human experience. And for me, that takes like pressure off me to like try to get everything right. Yeah, I have screwed up. I wouldn't say I'm like a terrible mom, but I missed things, for my daughter. I wasn't the best that I could be in certain circumstances. Okay. And I could go even further. I mean, there's all the sorts of things. However, I am grateful that I recognize that. And I spend every day, well, not every day, but not every moment of every day, but every day I look at my daughter and I am so thankful for her, So what I feel like that I'm supposed to tell you, and I don't know if this is your, I actually do think that this is like a spirit guide for you, Bernadette. Okay. That, just try to find what you're being taught in any given moment. Try to look for the lesson in what is really going on with you. Okay. And why you had to have all of these things happen. Okay. Look for that. Find that silver lining. Okay. And I really feel like, and this is really interesting, but I really feel like, and you tell me if you see feathers, actually dragonflies. Spirit is talking to me about dragonflies for you. Do you ever see dragonflies? Yeah, I really kind of feel like that. Okay. So, Bernadette, much love to you, dear one. You're always in my prayers. Okay. So who else would like a reading? Who would like a reading? Oh gosh, he passed away and it was always, you see lots of butterflies. Okay, Bernadette, to keep it going, whenever you just look, when you see a butterfly, maybe consider that butterfly is to tell you, it's like validation that everything is going to be okay. Look at it that way. Okay. So yeah. So Bernadette, the butterfly thing, huge. It's so funny because how dare I, but I saw this, there's a butterfly right there on the top of her head. And then there's a couple other ones there. And I was like, Doesn't feel like butterflies, but maybe it was butterflies. So there it was. So keep understanding. Okay. Keep believing. Okay. Much love to you. It's like they're walking with you. I love that. Maybe those are your spirit guides watching over you as you're walking. I love that. Love that. And then Frank says, I'm always willing, but I don't want to be a hog. You're so cute. and then June says, oh, Amanda would like one. And June says, when I was mowing today, I ran across a dark colored feather. Is there any meaning to that? It wasn't white. Well, it doesn't have to be white. As a matter of fact, I forget exactly what the circumstance was, but oh, June, I want to tell you the story really fast. I don't remember exactly what the circumstance was, and I don't know where they are, but okay. So I'll just tell you the story and not give you oh, here it is. Okay. So there's like 4 or 5 of these. A couple of years ago. Yeah, I've had them sitting there for a couple of years ago. A couple of years ago, I was planning. So actually, oh my God, you know what it was? It was the spirit room on Patreon. Okay. I was deciding, do I want to do this? Because it's a commitment, to create the spirit room on Patreon. That was a commitment, right? And I couldn't decide if that was it. And so one day I said, okay, spirit, please help me figure out if this is what I'm supposed to, is this the path I'm supposed to go down? Please help me. Okay. Help me figure this out. So what happened is that, okay, now I put the thing down and I can't find it again. So I meditated for a few minutes. Okay. And then I went to my back door and I opened up the back door and there were like 6 or 7 of these just sitting there on the ground, like just sitting there. And I was like, whoa. So the point is that look at the color. There's a whiteness to it. There's a gray. It's actually gray. And then there's a darkness to it. Don't get all uptight about the color. Just consider the magic that it took for you to see that, for you to actually see that. If I hadn't, and if you hadn't too, June, right? If you hadn't looked down, if I hadn't looked down when I opened up the door and I just walked past, everything would have just flown away, kind of, you know what I mean? But we together, you and me, we looked down and we saw the feather, right? And I look at that. I look at the feathers as validations. I look at it that day after the meditation that I did, I was sure that spirit wanted me to do the spirit room. I was sure of it. I mean, it was like an aha moment. It was like, oh, the angels singing at me, So really kind of cool. So I just want to throw that out there to you that it's, you wish you knew who was visiting you. Okay, well, let's ask. Let's do this. Let's do this, June. Okay. Oh, wow. You know what I'm getting? Okay, so I have this new thing. Okay, and this just started. You guys are going to laugh when you hear this. So the door to this room is like right over there. Okay. And my gatekeeper, who is the one, it's my college boyfriend who passed away, right? And I think I've told the story before, right? And I won't get into it now. But anyway, he's my gatekeeper. He's the one that organizes all of it. He's like my partner in spirit. It is so cool. It is so cool. He's the one, like I had a radio show years and years ago, and he was my partner. I mean, without a doubt, it was amazing, right? So at any rate, he's my gatekeeper. He's my partner. He leans over and he lets in who's supposed to come in. Let me tell you, June. Hey, Bex. This is what just happened, June. This is for you. I saw a spirit guide come in. Okay. And I definitely know it was a spirit guide because this, there was like no feet. It, you know what I mean? It was kind of like angelic a little bit, that sort of thing. And then it was, oh, you just did a podcast. Oh, that's so cool, man. And yeah, so I feel like the very angelic. Okay. But then right behind this angelic being is a lady, and she's an older lady. She was older when she passed. I have a little bit of flowy in my head. Flowy in my head. What does that mean? Like I feel a little woozy. Okay. That's usually my symbol for some sort of memory loss, dementia, Alzheimer's, something along those lines. Sometimes it can also mean that they were on a lot of drugs and they're towards the end and they were like woozy. Okay. So June, tell me if that makes any sense to you. It's a lady. She is, I feel like that she was just the sweetest thing. As she was moving towards, crossing over, I'm kind of feeling like I'm kind of feeling like she had some adverse reactions to some drugs. Okay. And it made her sort of lash out a little bit or something along those lines. Does this make sense at all to you, I'm sorry, June. This is for June. June, does this make sense to you? Tell me, just give me yeses and nos. Does this make any sense? That angelic person is definitely a spirit guide for you. Okay. It doesn't sound like anyone that is already passed. It does sound like my living mother. Oh, okay. Let me just tell you that she, I hate to do this. I'm so sorry, June, to like say this, however, what I want to say is this happens a lot, specifically if somebody's dealing with dementia or Alzheimer's or some kind of memory loss. They're in that middle place of like still living, still in their human body, but then getting ready to pass. So yeah, I want to say that it might be your mother. Okay. And yes, this happens. I wouldn't say a lot, but it happens sometimes that living people can come through. I know that sounds kind of weird and bizarre, but that does happen. So let me just say, I feel, and it's so interesting because as I'm seeing this angel, it's like she's holding hands with the lady who potentially could be your mother. Do you know what I mean? She's holding hands with this lady. It's like she's leading her. Wow. I mean, it's just so big. Okay. It's such a beautiful, she has started to forget things a lot. Yeah. And I feel like that, that this spirit guide for you is your spirit guide, but she's also helping out your mother. So just saying that to you there. I feel like that the feather is really just I didn't mean to diminish it, but the feather is, and then ongoingly, whenever you see a feather, I feel like that this spirit guide is telling me that, whenever you see the feather, that's kind of a sort of a symbol for, I've got you. Everything's going to be okay. Your mom is okay. Everything's going to be fine. You know what I mean? We're doing all of this together. That's what I feel like that spirit guide is telling me. We're all in this together, meaning you, the spirit guide, and your mom. Okay. And I feel like there's probably some other people that are still involved in that too. But for you, your mom is an angel. Oh, I love that. I feel the sweetest person ever. I mean, she's just so sweet. So sweet. So June, I really feel like that is what I'm supposed to tell you. Your message is that keep knowing, keep believing that everything is going to be okay. Everything is fine. Okay. It sounds a lot like your stepdad that has passed away. Oh, interesting. Well, for some reason, now I'm not really, as far as the spirit guide, it kind of feels like a woman, but it feels, gosh, I'm going to screw this up. Androgynous? Is it like a little bit of both? Like I've got masculine energy and feminine energy. If I said that word wrong and upsets anybody, I apologize. But yeah, so there's that. Okay, so that it could be your stepdad. I can't quite tell that. Okay. Yeah. So much love to you, June. It's tough. You know, my grandfather had Alzheimer's. I know lots of people who are dealing with that right now, dealing with their parents, you know, having that. And I'm just so sorry that you have to go through that, you know. Yeah. So just keep looking for the feathers. Okay. Okay. All right. So, Amanda, I think you were the other one. You would like a reading. Are you still here, Amanda? Let me know. Let me know what your question is. Is there a person on the other side that you would like to hear from? Tell me. What can I do for you? Is there an area of your life you'd like some clarity on? Because that's always a big thing too. Okay. So you're here. Yay. Yeah. So tell me what it is that you are curious about. And, you know, I got to tell you, I'm pulling you a cod. A cod. Not cod, like COD. I was kind of being funny. I said a card. You know, I'm from Pittsburgh, and there's a specific Pittsburgh accent. And for some reason, I just never got it. Isn't that funny? So at any rate, I don't know why I shared that. But anyway, so Amanda, what is it that I can do for you? What question do you have? And I'm just going to tell you, I've got this. Any guidance on my continued healing journey and spiritual growth? Well, this is very interesting because guess what I just pulled? I just pulled the magic card, Moonlight Enchantment. Oh my gosh. Magic, 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 magic. Believe in the magic. Believe in the magic. The magic is all around you. You are, okay. Wow. Okay. Yeah. As I'm saying, the magic is all around you. Like I've got like all this energy coming in. This is really cool. Wow. This is really cool. Okay. Lots of energy around you, Amanda. Lots of magic. I feel like so yeah. Okay. So I got to say that your guides are like, I feel like that you have a whole spirit team and your guides are like coming, like it's like they're knocking at the door. Come on. Hello, you know, kind of thing. That's what I really feel is happening. And sometimes you're not, are you stubborn? Would you say that you're kind of a stubborn person? Because this is just what they're telling me. Okay. I got to give what I get, you know, but what I'm hearing is them saying, we're trying to talk to her and it's like, she's ignoring us and that sort of thing. And it's like, she's, you know, we're trying to get her attention, but she doesn't listen to us. And that's so funny because I really feel like that has more to do. And that was kind of in a jokey way that they were doing that. And they're very loud and very boisterous. Okay. This spirit team around, I feel that they're very boisterous. They're very fun. Okay. But they're talking to me about your confidence in your intuition. Okay. Your confidence in your psychic mediumship, intuition, all of that stuff. Okay. Start to believe in yourself, believe in yourself, believe. Okay. So, yeah, that's number one. Number two, they're all yelling at me. I swear to you, in my head, it's like a big old party right now of your spirit team. They're hysterical. Oh my gosh. Okay. All righty then. Yeah, there's several of them in there. And they told me, pull a card. Okay, I'm pulling a card. Oh my God. How perfect is this? I just learned something and it's hard to believe. Absolutely, for sure. It's definitely hard. It takes practice. For sure. Do you have cards? You know, use the cards. This was like such a big thing for me to use the cards. Anyway, okay, this is a card I pulled. It's Freya. And it says beauty, self-love, partnership, enjoyment of life. Okay. The one that's steps out for me is self-love. Now, not because you hate yourself. Okay. Now I'm not getting that at all. As a matter of fact, I feel like that you have a really good kind of self-esteem, which is good. It's healthy. Awesome. I know, right? What I want to say about this is that this is kind of like confirmation for me of this reading of being like confident in yourself, in your abilities. Okay. You know, whenever you start, whenever you feel like something kind of percolating up through you, meaning like you're, sorry, I'm getting so much in my head. Sorry. They're a riot. I'm hearing songs. I'm hearing music. It's a big old party. I'm serious. Big party in my head. Okay. When you start to feel like some sort of intuition, intuitive hit coming up and percolating, allow yourself to stop. You might want to start to write things down. Okay. Write things down. Okay. That makes so much sense. Oh my God. That's so funny. And you can tell them to like calm down, by the way. Okay. Cause I actually just did. I said, okay, you guys need to calm down. I think you're great. It's awesome. But I think we all need to take a breath and calm down. Right. So that being said, yeah, work on writing stuff down. If you feel a psychic hit, write it down. If you feel prediction, do you ever have like predictions? Like, do you feel like, oh my gosh, I know that this person's going to have a car accident or whatever? Or like, do you ever get, I feel like if that hasn't, sorry to say, if that hasn't started, it's going to, I feel like that you've got that sort of psychicness. Oh, you do? Okay, good. Okay. That is your sort of, superpower. Okay. Yeah, that is going to be like your sort of superpower. So write it all down. Keep journaling. I don't know if you journal already, but I want to, you saw your dad pass before he did. Wow. What a huge cross to bear. Huge cross to bear. And yes, some of this stuff, I'll have to tell you a little story. When I was, actually, this just happened a couple of years ago. And I was like, all right, spirit, let's up my game, you know? I never wanted to like be able to read people's thoughts, right? That's not what I'm about. That's not me, right? But I was like, okay, up my game. I want to get more confident in my psychic abilities. Bring it on. I don't care what you do. Just bring it on, right? Careful what you wish for, because what ended up happening is that I started not hearing what people were thinking per se, but I knew everything that they were saying, everything that they were thinking. Like, it wasn't like I heard complete sentences. I just knew what was happening. And it is such a huge cross to bear, because all of a sudden, you know, I'm having a conversation with, you know, just anybody, and they're like, why does she do her makeup like that? Or she doesn't look so good in whatever, that color or whatever, you know, like I could hear the judgment, and that was terrible. I really disliked that a lot. I really, really disliked that a lot. However, so, you know, I asked for it, right? So what I ended up doing was I said, listen, thank you for the thing, but you need to take that away. That's way too much responsibility. So my point is that you can feel when people are thinking of me now too. Okay. You can adjust that. Okay. Talk to your guides. They're listening. Trust me. They're in your head. You know, they're there. Allow yourself to sort of fine tune it. Okay. Because that will screw up. I almost just said a very bad word. That'll mess up your self-esteem, your confidence. Okay. And how you relate to other people. Okay. You have to like have that balance. Okay. Okay. So talk to them, tell them, look, I don't mind knowing what they're thinking, but I don't want to know if it's about me. You can make up your own parameters, your own boundaries. Okay. So I'm going to leave you with that. Amanda, so much love to you. So much love to you. I don't know if you already are part of it's free to join the, my Patreon, the Spirit Room on Patreon. I don't know if any of you have signed up for that yet, but I would love to see you on there. I do meditations every Wednesday. We do these lives. There's lots of different things that you can do, okay, on there. So, Amanda, it could be good for you to do that. Yay, Bex. So there's that. All right. Much love to you, Amanda, and reach out to me. You can always also, you can email me. Okay. You can email me. And if you have any questions and stuff. Okay. So let me do that. Okay. Who is next? That was something going on. I have to tell you, that was crazy. Okay. Frank, are you still here? Frank, are you still here? Frank might not be here. Oh, I'm about to have a reading with Daniel Scranton. I don't know who that is. So, oh, yay, Frank. Okay. Ask me a question, Frank. Don't ask me what's going to happen, though. I don't want you to ask me what's going to happen on, whatever. Don't do that. Ask me a question that that isn't predicting. There's a reason why I said that. So ask your question. And in the meantime, I'm going to just pull another card for all of us. Why not? What the heck? By the way, please tell all your friends. Ooh, love life. Gotcha. By the way, tell all your friends, please. Bring it on. Like, let's create this community. I mean, I'm here every Thursday, unless something's wrong, unless I'm sick or something, right? Last Wednesday, I had to cancel a live that I was doing, and I felt so bad. But at any rate, all right. This is really interesting because as you were saying that, Frank, oh, he channels like, oh, okay. Yeah, definitely. Ooh, Amanda, I can't wait to hear about your reading. Yeah, I can't wait to hear about it. So report back. All right. So Frank, I was just going to pull a card for all of us, but I knew as soon as I started shuffling and as soon as I said, oh, I'm going to pick a card for all of us, I had a feeling that this was for you. And look what I just pulled. And then right as you said that, it says fun, pleasure, romance, fertility. Oh my God, that is so funny. Oh my God, that cracks me up. All right. So Frank, oh, you're not going to like me. I always say that to you. I got to stop saying that. I got to stop saying that. But Frank, I don't feel that. No, sorry. I need to reword what I was about to say. I am feeling like before you jump into a new relationship with somebody, you need to spend some time on yourself, with yourself, just being, I feel like, and hopefully this sits okay with you, but I kind of feel like that you sort of, in a way, in a kind of interesting, weird sort of way, that you are kind of nervous to be alone. Like you don't want to be alone. And there's a hey, Jackie, there's a difference. Okay. Wanting to be alone and being alone are two kind of different things. Okay. And I'm feeling like that You are in the process of learning more about yourself. And this has to do with the whole big thing that you're going through, right? Who is it? Wow, this is like, I'm getting this. I don't know if this is from your guides, my guides, whatever, but I am supposed to ask you to start to maybe journal, this question. Who is it that you really want to be? Okay. So, Frank, who is it that you really want to be in this world? Okay. What type of person do you want to be? I feel like I'm giving you journal prompts, but start to think about who is it that you really want to be in this life. Okay. Then, after you've exhausted yourself, writing all this stuff down, and get deep with it. I want to be someone who is there, but won't take the BS. I want to be someone who loves unconditionally, get deep with it. Okay. Then after you do that, then what I want you to do is start another journal page. Marcy. Hi, Marcy. Start another journal page and start to write out the qualities that you want in a significant other. Okay. And you can say forward thinking, but not a jerk. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, can stand up for herself, but isn't cruel. Do you know what I mean? Like that sort of stuff. Start making those lists. And the reason why I'm saying this is because I know you've been, working on the manifestation stuff, right? This is how we do this. Write down who you want to be and you will be it. Write down who you want, all of the beautiful, qualities from a significant other, and you will receive it. You will get it. Because guess what? Especially when you write this stuff down, here's the whole point of writing it, is journaling, is going back and rereading it. And you know what? You can go back and reread it every day, 3 times a day, just to remind yourself, So I really want to say that because I want you to spend some time in your own heart. Meditation, spend some time in there. And when it's right, and it doesn't, honestly, just going to say, it doesn't feel like that somebody fantastic and new is going to be coming into your life for a few months. Like, I'm not seeing that this happening anytime soon. It feels I'm not seeing a time frame, but it feels far out. And when I say far out, I don't mean I don't mean years away necessarily. Okay. I don't have a time frame. Okay. So Spirit wants you to spend some time with yourself. Okay. Yeah. Do you have any other questions about that, Frank? Because, I don't know who it's going to be, but I really want you to know that I really kind of feel like that this is going to be, if we do this, like, if you do this, looking at it and journaling and really working on the manifestation part, this will be your forever person, or the rest of your life person. And let's just say, it feels, I don't know why, but I feel so much positivity, I feel a joy within you that you may have never known was possible before. Okay. But you got to do the work first. You can't get to Z without going through the whole rest of the alphabet. Really? Did I just say it that way? But you know what I mean? You can't, yeah, you know what I mean? So, and we will all be right here with you all through it. I feel such a camaraderie. I feel like, I've got, we've got all these people that care, that really care. That's what I really wanted to start with the spirit room. So, you're so welcome, Frank. Much love to you. All right. So now I am going to pull a card for all of us. Yes, finally. Oopsie. Okay. No. Okay. Bex, you're so sweet. You are just the nicest thing. Okay, so hold on. All right, so this is for all of us. Want to throw this out to everybody. This is really cool. Spirit Guardian of Spring, and it says activation. And if you see all the little fairies, we have to really believe. For the longest time, whenever I first started out doing mediumship and psychic stuff, people would say, oh, the fairies, and I'm all into all of that stuff. And I was like, fairies, come on. But the reality is, fairies are so magical. Once I opened my heart to that idea, fairies are so magical. And they're just right there willing to help us. And Frank, ooh, awesome for you too, right? Yeah. So just know that whatever you put yourself forward to do, to be, to have, believe in it. Believe that it's going to be there for you. Okay. And know that the fairies, your spirit guides, your loved ones in spirit are going to be right there with you. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. So Salama, is that who you are? Salama says, may I have a reading for job opportunities in the near future? I am terminated in probation period with this for a silly reason. Oh, isn't that the worst? Isn't that the worst? Yeah, I'm so sorry to hear that. You're welcome, Bex. Okay, so Salama, I hope I don't know. I can't tell what your first name is. So I don't know what to call you, but I'm going to pull you a card and we're going to see where this goes. And this will be the last card of the night. Okay. All right. So, oh, wow. Interesting. This is a really interesting card for you, considering what you just wrote, that you were terminated in a probation period. Okay. And what is next? So what I pulled was passage. Oh, no problem. What I pulled is the passage card, the standing stones. Sounds like Outlander. I know. Every time I pull this card, I think, oh, I love that show. I used to love that show. So let me just tell you what I'm getting about this is that I feel like that you weren't supposed to be at that particular job in the first place. And give me yeses and nos, Salama, if you feel like that you took it just because you needed a job, because that's kind of what it feels like. I feel like that there was a lot of like anxiety, like I needed a job, so I took it. It wasn't the job for you. Okay. Very true. Okay. What I want to say though is that take your time. And I know that's hard to say, we all need money for food and the whole thing. I get that, right? I do get that. Go into your gut instinct. I've been unemployed since October 25. Okay. I want you to start. Okay. So I don't know if you're into spirituality. I don't know how much into all of this stuff you are, but in the third chakra, which is the solar plexus. It's the yellow chakra, okay? It's right here, okay? And it is where your gut instinct sits, okay? So your gut instinct is your intuition, is all of that. I feel like that what I want to tell you to do is go online and look at those websites that help you find jobs, right? That where you put your resume in or whatever and help you find jobs, okay? But be picky and choosy about which ones you actually apply for. I don't know how it works online anymore because I haven't had to look for a job for a while, but but what I really want to say about this is that you have high intuition capacity. Awesome. I feel like that I want you to, whenever something comes up, like an opportunity, or like you see a job there and you go, oh, interesting. Go deep, close your eyes, put your hand on your belly, and say, should I apply for this? And then whatever the first instinct is that comes is what you're supposed to do. Okay. If it's a no or if it's a yes. Okay. I feel like that within the next, okay, it feels like I keep getting 3 months. Okay. I really feel like that within the next 3 months, things are going to do a massive shift for you. I feel like it's going to be a massive shift. And now what that means, I'm not exactly sure. Okay. But I feel a huge shift coming in. This could be you getting, like hearing about a job that you never thought that would be like something really cool for you to do. And then all of a sudden, you take this job and you're like, whoa, this is the coolest thing. I never thought I would like this. So basically what I'm hearing is open your, like don't go into stuff like that with blinders on, don't say I can only try for jobs that are this, or this, right? Maybe open up the blinders and say, okay, so you know what? Maybe I'll just see what's out there as far as this. Do you know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's going to be really a good exercise for you to do. Okay. Because the idea of a position that's available, it might be like, whoa, this is so cool. And I never thought about it at all, ever, so. All right. Good luck and report back to us. All right. So I am here every Thursday at 5 o'clock Pacific time. And I would love to see you again. Please go to my website, laurialbert.com. I've got all kinds of, I put the special offers page back up and it's fun. I've got little tchotchke things on there and all sorts of things. Oh, you're so welcome. So I got all kinds of fun little things on there. Take a gander. I don't know why I just said it that way. Take a gander at the Spirit Room on Patreon. It's free to join. We do meditations. We have all kinds of fun little things. So bring it on. Much love to you all. And I wish you all to have a beautiful evening and namaste. Take care, everybody. Thanks for hanging out in the Spirit Room. Now go shine your light, trust your vibe, and remember to tell someone that you love them today. Namaste.